Right. Okay. Today, let's discuss the Iliad. One time also I discussed this, but you may not remember the Iliad by Homer. The Iliad by Homer. I think you may have listened to what I said. That means I sent a audio message. Did you listen to it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Are there new students today? Yes, okay. Didn't you pass message for others to join? Right. I start with the past paper question. Question is 2019. 2020. 3 also there was an exam, you know. That paper, I start with this, and after that 2020, 21, 22, 23, 22 not held exam. Yes, 21 not held. After that 22. Discuss one question. Discussing detail 2019 paper detail, the epic qualities okay, the epic qualities in the Iliad or in the Aeneid, providing examples from the selected epic. You see this? You can read. Can you read this? Or discuss in detail the epic qualities in the Iliad or in the Aeneid, providing examples from the selected epic. Now you may ask what Aeneid is. Aeneid was also prescribed for your syllabus, but after 2019 they removed it from the syllabus, right? Aeneid and other two were yes. When they introduced the syllabus, they gave Greek philosophers, 14 philosophers. Zeno, like that, Aristotle, Socrates, Plato, they removed that. Aeneid also removed. And media was there. I think those who learned GRC for advanced level, they may know media. Media was also removed from the syllabus. Right. So in the exam, you may receive like that. You have to forget it and write this Iliad only. Right. Now, as I said in that audio clip, you know the background of this, but I will remind you. First, tell me what is an epic? What is classical literature? Classical literature means Greek and Roman literature written in their language. That means Greek and Latin languages, right? Original written. In the 18th century in England, there was an effort of translating classical text into English. We learn it in methodology. One method, classical method. What is classical method? I think you may have learned now with university, and also teachers know it. Yes, classical method. Classical method means grammar translation method, right? That time they practiced the grammar translation method for the purpose of translating classical text into English. So you must know that classical text literature means Greek and Roman literature translated into English. What's an epic? Yesterday I gave what's an epic? Epic is a long poem. Epic is a long poem, right? Written with too many lines. For example, epics contain more than 12,000 lines. More than 12,000 lines, right? Yes. There are three type of epics. One is heroic epic. Other one, mock heroic epic. Mock heroic epic. Other one, mock epic. Heroic epic means heroism, right? That they produce heroes. Mock heroic means fun and heroism both. Fun and heroism both. Mock means fun only. Jokes, for example, now other one earn it fun and mock heroic. But Illiad heroic epic only. There is no fun and humor, but here fun and humor is there. There are so many events, right? Okay, so Illiad. The Illiad is a heroic epic, right? The word Illiad has no meaning. It's a Greek word like we use for teledramas. Also, some names are there, just like they give a name. But its rough meaning is warfield. Warfield. Illiad is one warfield. In that audio record, I said the basic things that there are three countries. There are three countries. What are those three countries? Yes. One country, Troy. Troy. Right? Neighboring country, Sparta. There is other country, Mycenae. Three countries are there. Troy people are called Trojans. They are Trojans. Citizens of Troy are called Trojans. Trojan king Priam. Priam, an old king. Old king. Priam has two sons. One son, Hector. Two sons. One son, Hector. Hector is a war hero. Hector is a war hero. He's a hero. Hector. War hero. Other son's name of other son, Paris. Other son, Paris. Paris is a womanizer. Paris is a womanizer, one who goes after women. His only intention is women subject, right? Subject about females, right? He craves females. Wherever he goes, he woos. Right, he's a womanizer. Paris is also called another name, Alexandro. Alexandro is another name for Paris. I said that classical literature is the easiest subject. Classical literature is the easiest subject. And for classical literature, there are no too long answers, right? No, right? You can write short answers, not like literature. There is no arguments, one theory only, right? Sparta country, all are Grecian countries, are Grecian region. All countries are in Grecian region. Sparta king is a young man. His name Menelaus. Spartakin is a young man whose name is Menelaus. Menelaus's wife, Queen Helen. Helen is the most beautiful female in all these countries, Helen. Right? Therefore, every king sets eyes on her. Right? Spartakin Menelaus is very proud to possess such a beautiful woman as his queen. Right. And we talk about 2000 years ago things, right? That time also men were men, women were women. They have a daughter also. One day, those are right. Mycenaean king Agamemnon. Agamemnon is a cruel-hearted man. Right? He's also a commander of the army. Right. Now one day, in royal palace of Sparta, there is a party for Trojan royal family. Right? For example, in Ranil Wickramasinghe's house, there is a party for Narendra Modi's family or another country like that. During the party, what happened? Paris seduces Helen. You know what does it mean by seduce? Seduces Helen. Seduce means by talking, giving love, seduce. Right? If you came with me, I would keep you on my shoulder. I would keep you on my chest. I will lull you. I will give you all jewelry. Like that. By words, some people seduce. Right. And at the end of the party, he abducts Helen, not kidnaps. There's a difference between kidnap mean by force. Abducts mean not by force. Willingly she goes. Little bit contradiction is also there. For example, Kantaya, if husband hears what will happen, now I am married, I have a daughter also. Okay, only today, again can't like that. That is like that. Then after that, he brings Helen to Troy. Trojan people are also very happy. The reason they are Prince of Crown. Now Paris is Prince of Crown, brought next country Menelaus's wife. Right, therefore very happy. Now you know, it's a disgrace for Menelaus's dignity. So he thinks that Paris kidnapped his wife. So he sent a message to his own brother. Now Agamemnon is Menelaus's brother. Okay, Menelaus's brother. Then he sends a message to his brother saying that his wife was kidnapped by Trojan Paris. After that, what happened? They create an army, both countries. I raised this in video, you can see again, right? I will send it. Yes. Then what happened? They create an army. That army is called Achaean army. After that, they suddenly make some ships and launch their ships to the shore of that country, Troy. And they set up their camps on the beach around the country. They are called, those camps are called Achaean camp. Those camps are called Achaean camp. Okay. And soldiers are called Achaean soldiers. You understand now? All right. Then Achaeans set up their camps. Achaeans set up their camps along the beach. Right. 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 After that, they declare war on. They declare war on whom? Trojans. Achaeans declare war on Trojans. Trojans are also ready to fight. And Trojans are also ready to fight. Achaean commander is Agamemnon. Achaean commander is Agamemnon. Agamemnon is a cruel-hearted man, right? Not soft-hearted, right? And Trojan commander Hector. Now, woman was brought by Paris, right? Now, Paris is the acting husband of Helen, right? But Hector is the leading fighter here. Hector is the leading fighter. Anyway, as I said in that record, this Greek literature, classical literature is made on the belief of theology. Theology means the presence of thousands of gods and goddesses. In Illiad also there are thousands of gods and goddesses. Gods are called immortals because they don't die. Gods are called immortals. Humans are called mortals. Humans are called mortals because they die. Immortals mean because they don't die. Right, theology. In heaven, the king of heaven is Zeus. King of heaven is Zeus. Right? Zeus's wife is Hera. Hera is a bad lady, right? Hypocritic, jealous, right? Then, time to time, they also interfere. Zeus wants Trojans to win. Zeus wants Trojans to win. Hera wants Achaeans to win. Right? Therefore, the world of gods and goddesses also divided into two parts. Sometimes again Zeus help Achaeans, again Hera helps Trojans in accordance with the moment. Right? There are time to time fights. Right? And the theology in presence of gods and goddesses. There is a thorough interconnection. There is a thorough interconnection between heaven and the human world. Sometimes there are even sexual affairs, right? For example, gods and human women, human men and goddesses, right? There is such a goddess called Thetis. Thetis one day walking on the bank of a river, he was met by a human man, strong man called Pallas, right? Pallas and Thetis that day had sex on the bank of a river. Thus, Thetis got pregnant, and Thetis produced a child called Achilles. Achilles, right? When humans and gods mate and have children, they are called demigods. Thus, Achilles is a demigod. Achilles is a demigod. Achilles is a demigod. All right. Achaean army leading fighter Achilles, Commander Agamemnon, and leading fighter Achilles. All right. Do you understand? Okay. You remember the story up to now? You want a short note? No. Student?
Yes, sir.
What about others?
Yes, sir. It's better if you can give a note.
Otherwise, you may forget me. All right. After that, continue. Then, I think I teach this Illiad more than 250 times, because from 2015, after introducing this syllabus, how many classes? Candy, Kurunagala, Nugegoda, all gold also I did the class that time, because there were many students, first batch they got 1,800, right? Second batch 800, third batch 500, after that 250. Now your batch 170, next batch 100, other batch 50, degree finish. Yeah, yes, right. First batch no selection test, only 3 years, right? Those who haven't 3 years, if they give a diploma certificate, whatever, they were taken. But step by step, they reduce. Therefore, I said, again, groups, again, like that, yes. Then, right. They fight 20 years. They have, Illiad is a 20-year extended war, like Rama Sita story. Right. Then, what happened? Illiad, the book starts from 11th year, 11 to 20. So 1 to 11, we don't know what happened. Incidents are described 11 to 12 only. Illiad war, right? The very first event is this. We come to know an old man called Crisis comes to the Achaean camp. Now Paris abducted Helen as a means of taking revenge on Trojans. Achaean army also kidnaps girls from their side. Their side means Trojan side, right? Thus, they have kidnapped 2 girls. One girl's name Briseis, other girls Crisis. Briseis and Crisis are the daughters of the soulman Crisis. There is a god called Apollo. Apollo is brother of Zeus. Apollo also powerful god. Apollo has temples everywhere in the country. In Troy, in the country of Troy, everywhere there are temples for gods. For example, we have Kataragama temple, Vishnu temple, Saman temple, Nallur temple, like that, this Crisis is a priest of one priest of this Apollo's temple, one temple for Apollo. Right? Now, in the Achaean camp, Briseis is kept as wife by Achilles. Briseis is Achilles' wife, temporary wife. Temporary wife is called concubine. Concubine, not legally married, but such fair view. Don't say that I condemn female. No, not like that. The word concubine. Chrysis is kept as wife by Agamemnon. Agamemnon. This is the place I gave yesterday voice record. I think yes. Now, Briseis and Achilles are okay. Briseis and Achilles are okay. What's the reason? Achilles is a kind man. He's a demigod, half god. Demigod means half god, half human. Chrysis can't live with Agamemnon because Agamemnon cruel-hearted, insensitive, very tough, virulent man. Okay, right. What I teach today, quite enough to get A pass. All syllabus can't be completed, but I mean, I will take other day also, then complete. In my classes, I won't discuss this again. That's why I ask all students to come. Lakmali, please send a message to the group saying this lesson won't be taught in our class again. Therefore, everybody may come to this.
Okay, sir.
I think with my work schedule, I couldn't tell it because it's pointless to teach again, you know. Yes. Right. Right. Then, Chrysis, however, managed to send a message to his father, Chrysis, asking that she can't live with Agamemnon, please save her. Right? After that, Chrysis one day comes to Achaean camp. Old father comes to Achaean camps and he requests Agamemnon to release his daughter. He comes with sufficient ransom, money and other thing to give on behalf of a daughter. That is also father's love. I mean, father's right, love for a daughter. And after that, what happened? Agamemnon insults this man, assaults him and chases him away. Assaults him and chases him away. It's okay. Today I change this. Other days I don't use the board because without the board this can't be done. Classical literature. Okay. Right. Then what happened? This man, Agamemnon, assaults and chases away because he doesn't want to release Chrysis. After that, Apollo goes to his temple, Apollo's temples, and prays Apollo and tells this saga, sad story. Then what happened? Apollo becomes furious because Agamemnon assaulted his old priest. So he creates a pestilence. Pestilence means plague in the Achaean camp, and all soldiers fall ill. All soldiers fall ill. Right? After that, Agamemnon calls a meeting of all soldiers here, where Achaean camps. There are intelligent men. One is Nestor, other one Aias, like that. Several names are there. Remembering all names is pointless, you know, because this syllabus is the greatest BA in English syllabus in the world. Even in England, America, there are no other syllabi equal to this syllabus. What a lot of content. First year like that, second year, third year, right? If you don't learn this carefully, you will end up in lunatic asylum, right? Even in India, the degrees are 1 novel or 2 novel per year. About 10 poetry, like that BA, but this is not like that. That's why I say content is very high. Those who know English know the value of this degree. That's why I ask, complete this, put up a board in front of your house, BA in English, University of Jayawardhanapura, classical literature as a subject, no other English teachers, break in front of your house, that you can argue. Yes. Also linguistics second, third year, right? Our students don't understand the value of it, right? Actually, Professor Lalitanand and Madam Nagasundaram introduced this degree to enhance the capacity of English teachers. But English teachers register and give up on the way, right? Last 2017 back, only 8 were graduates, right? 8 got degree, 7 my students. They came to my class from the beginning. I can give their voice records also. Yes, because university started online recently after Corona. Before that, they gave face-to-face lectures. Therefore, far away students, Jaffna, Trincomalee, they couldn't attend. But after, now it's okay, everyone. But in that case, you don't go to seminars. And now also there are 30, 40 for a day. That's a bad remark because university will stop the degree in future if the situation is like that, okay? Right. Then, after that, what happened? Achilles and others, they find the reason. They come to know that the reason for this pestilence or plague is the anger of whom? Apollo. And the solution to salvage soldiers from this right terrible plague is releasing crises, not crises, crises. Right? Then Achilles challenges, he suggests to release crisis, and then Agamemnon, right, with exasperation, expresses that he can never do that. Then there's an internal fight between Achilles and Agamemnon. And Agamemnon says, okay, I will release crisis. I want Briseis, your wife. Can't release without replacement. Principal says, like that. He wants a replacement. So he says, I want Briseis. Then what happened? Briseis love crisis. Therefore, Briseis willingly goes to Agamemnon's hut and asks Crisis go home. After that, Crisis is released. Achilles' wife, Briseis, is now Agamemnon's wife. Right? Do you remember now what I said up to now? Right. Now make a short note like that. Classical literature means Greek and Roman literature, originally written in Latin and Greek languages. Latin and Greek languages. Latin and Greek languages. Yes, in the 18th century, in England, there was an attempt there was an attempt of translating Greek and Latin literature, into English. Right. Thus, we have English texts of classical literature. Right. One such text is the Iliad. I-double-L-I-A-D, Iliad. Written by a Greek writer called Homer. Yes, Illiad. Right. The Illiad is an epic in its origin. Right. Epic means a lone poem containing more than 10,000 lines. Right. Thus, the Iliad contains more than 12,000 lines. Now, some students ask me how many graduates they pass for an year. If you complete 40 for each subject, right, you are given the degree. There is no number. You are batch 170. If all 170 complete 40 for each subject, you can get the degree. But on the way, they stop many things. Main case, marriage and children. Some girls call me and say, sir, after marriage, I will have Ayya support and both of us will study. Ayya will also help me to study. After 1 month after marriage, say, sir, not like that. That time I had freedom. Now no freedom. Because things are doubled, you know. Earlier had one family. Now after 2 families. Mother-in-law, father-in-law, their funeral, their weddings, hospitalizing, patient visiting. So many things are there. Yes. Washing, cleaning. But life means doing all the things together. Right? Every girl must marry. Right? There's a right natural phenomenon. Marriage is essential. But after marrying, giving of education means that is another thing. Okay. Yes. 1 year something happened, exam hall, ask your lecturers if you know. One girl with the bridal kit sat for one paper. That day her wedding was arranged, but suddenly university sent their exam schedule. she wrote, but her wedding day also there was one exam. So afternoon paper she didn't write. Morning paper she came with the bridal kit. While the man is waiting in the car, she wrote. I think after about 2 hours, university let her leave. She sometimes I don't know who that girl is, who that lady. One my student told in Maharagama Hall, such a thing happened. That means sometimes they may have made right special remark for her also, because such can refer to me. Yes. Earlier, I met a lady in a wedding in Kandy. She had completed BA in English degree, former syllabus, without attending any class, no classes, no university seminars, herself only. She also showed the certificate to me. And she said, alone. Never went to a class. There's such meters are there. Yes. But in your case, you are busy, you have no time. That's why I ask you to have a help of someone. Right. Tell me the last sentence I said.
Thus, the Iliad contains more than 12,000 lines.
12,000 lines. There are three types of epics. As one, heroic epic. Two, mock epic. Three, mock heroic epic. Yeah, there are three types of epics as heroic epic, mock epic. Yes. Never mind. A mock heroic epic. Right. Someone say they have a note. Never mind. New comments also, they quickly I will finish it. All of you have that note, previous students, full note of Illiad.
No, sir.
No, I mean my students who are in my class. If so, we can upload. Full note is there. One day also I took this. That's I think it can't be said. Never mind. You may remind again and again. Yes. Right. Illiad is heroic epic. Illiad is a heroic epic. Right. There are three Grecian countries as Troy, Sparta, and Mycenae. Three countries, Troy, Sparta, and Mycenae. Right. People of Troy are called Trojans. Yes. The Trojan king is an old man called Priam. The Trojan king is an old man called Priam. Right. Priam has two sons. Priam has two sons. One is Hector, and the other is Paris. Hector and the other is Paris. Right. Hector is hero in the battlefield. While Paris is a womanizer. Right. The king of Sparta is Menelaus, a young man. Right. His wife is Helen, who is the most beautiful woman in the Grecian region. Most beautiful woman in the Grecian region. Right. One day, in the royal palace of Sparta, there is a party for the royal family of Troy. Right. During the party, Paris seduces and abducts. Helen, and she is taken to Troy. Yes. Trojans are very happy because they are Prince of Crown possessed the most beautiful lady as his wife. Right. Many laws does not know that his wife went with Paris willingly. And he thinks that Paris kidnapped her. Yes. By then, by then she had a daughter too. By then she had a daughter too. By then she had a daughter too. When Helen left with Paris, she also took her jewelry. Right. Since this incident is a disgrace for him. Many laws decides to declare war on Trojans. Yes. The king of Mycenae, Agamemnon, is many losses on brother. Yes. Then both Agamemnon and Menelaus form an army with thousands of strong young men. Yes. This army is called Achaean army. This army is called Achaean army. Right. They launched their ships. Towards Troyan, set up their camps on the beach of Troy. Right. Then they fight for Helen, and that is 20-year existed war of which name is the Illiad now. Right. However, the writer hasn't written the war written the war events from its 11th year to 20. 11th year to 20. Right. What happened between first year to 12 is not mentioned. Right. In that war, time to time, both parties gain victory, and then defeatism, defeatism. Right. The commander of Trojan army, the commander of Trojan army is Hector, and Achaean commander is Achilles. Right. Achilles, who is a demigod. Yes. One salient feature of classical literature is the presence of thousands of gods and goddesses, which is called theology, theology. Yes. In Greek literature, the king of heaven is Zeus, who is called Godfather. Yes. His wife is Hera. Who is an angry goddess. His wife is Hera, who is an angry goddess. Yes. Next to Zeus, the powerful god is Apollo. The brother of Zeus. Right. Zeus is the decision maker of both human world and world of divine. Yes. gods and goddesses are called gods and goddesses are called immortals, while humans are called mortals. Humans are called mortals. Humans are called mortals. Right. Immortals mean not dying, mortals mean dying, right? There are direct interactions and connections between the human world and the world of gods, right? Sometimes there are sexual connections between gods and humans, that god's male mate with human females, and again human males mate with god females, divine females. Yes. Full stop. Thus, children born to them are called demigods. All right. Achilles is such a demigod. Yes. Demigods are always cleverer than humans. Right. A goddess called Thetis, mated with a human called Pallas on a bank of a river. And then Achilles was born. Full stop. However, demigods cannot. When you write answers, you can't write contracted forms. Can't, doesn't, haven't, didn't. They cut down marks. Contract forms never to write. Okay, they cut down marks. Otherwise, in methodology also, when writing answers, you can't write point form. Some students write point form. That is right, bad. Right. Remind me the last sentence. Demigods cannot, neither.
However, demigods cannot.
Or cannot go to heaven, go to heaven. Go to heaven, and they have to live on the earth, live on the earth. Right. New para. Earth while divine mothers or divine fathers are looking at them from the heaven, right. New para. The very first event that we read in the Illiad is,
Excuse me, sir, can you read the new para again?
the very first incident that
The very first event that we read in the Iliad
first event that we read in the Illiad is an old man called Crisis. I'm sorry. Old man called Crisis. Arriving at the Achaean camp. Yes. Since Paris kidnapped Helen, Achaeans had also kidnapped.
Sorry, sir. Paris kidnapped Helen.
Achaeans also kidnapped many girls from Trojan side as a means of taking revenge on Trojans. Yes, thus they had kidnapped this old man's two daughters, Crisis and Breezes. In addition to these things, don't read anything, because there were many students who got psychiatric diseases as a result of following this technique. You are not to fear on hearing that, right? Only if I tell these things, you may fear because of their family matters, workload, heavy workload of this also, they got diseases, right? But if you work in accordance with my advice, don't read any text, right? I always ask students, don't read. If girls or boys doing nothing, depend on parents and full free, they can read as a hobby also. But others, teachers who are working, you are not to, right? Tired brain like that. right? Yes, if you proceed with me, definitely you can. Yes, okay. When I write past papers, now these days in my night classes, I am dictating answers like that. It's okay. Yes. But this time is the lowest number of students in classes and also university seminars. I don't know why they have paid money also. They had paid money to university, and now they have given up. Many students have given up the degree, right? Uh, right. In the Achaean camp, Briseis is retained as Achilles' concubine. Concubine mean a wife not married. Concubine. And crisis is Agamemnon's concubine. Right. Being a demigod, Achilles is kind-hearted, but Agamemnon is cruel-hearted, and crisis cannot live with that man so that she sends a message to her father to save her. Right. Thus, this old man comes to Achaean camp with sufficient ransom to save his daughter. Right. Anyway, Agamemnon assaults this old man and chases him away. Yes. This old man crisis is a priest of a temple dedicated for Apollo. Right. There are many temples many temples for Apollo in Troy. In Troy. Yes. Crisis goes to the temple for Apollo and tells the god about Agamemnon assaulting him. Right. Then Apollo becomes furious and spreads a terrible pestilence in the Achaean camp.
Sorry, sir.
Furious
Pestilence in the
pestilence in the Achaean camp. Right? Yes. Then many Achaean soldiers fall sick, and Agamemnon summons an assembly of all Achaeans to find out the reason for the god's anger. Yes. It is then they come to know that the reason for Apollo's anger is Agamemnon attacking the old man. Yes. Then
sorry, sir. Attack in the
old man. Yes. Then the intelligent Achaeans, including Nestor, suggests that crises should be released in order to stop the pestilence. Yes. Agamemnon stubbornly rejects releasing the girl and tells that he wants breezes to release crises. Yes. Breezes loves her sister, and also she wants to stop the hatred between two soldiers, Achilles and Agamemnon of the same army, and she willingly goes to Agamemnon's hut, and then crisis is released. Then crisis is released. Yes. The plague, pestilence, plague, PLAGU plague, disappears, and crisis goes back to where? America or somewhere?
True.
Troy. After that, what happens is this. Now, Achilles is very upset. Because he lost his wife, right? And he goes back to his hut and tells this incident to his mother in the sky. Mother is heaven, mother Thetis. He says, Ma, listen to my voice. That's what I said. It's not mentioned. And he says his wife crisis was taken by Agamemnon. Mother says, okay, my son, please wait, doing nothing. Wait in your hut till I will meet Godfather and take his advice. Right? Because the decision maker is Zeus. Now Achilles, according to mother's advice, doesn't go to any fight. He stays in the camp and he goes to heaven. Zeus' palace is Olympus palace. Everything is made of solid gold. Floor, doors, roofs, even tile, all the things, hinges, all gold. Right? If we go there, at least we can remove something. Right? Thetis one day, Thetis goes to Olympus palace to meet Godfather. There's a relationship also, Thetis and yes, they are some distant sisters. According to Illiad, all goddesses are either his wives, sisters, or daughters. Right? So Thetis enters Olympus Palace. In the meantime, who is Godfather's wife?
Hera.
Oh, Hera. Hera has gone somewhere. There is no Hera. And Thetis tells Christ and tells what happened to his son, demigod son. After that, Zeus's heart is melted. He says, okay, I will attend to that matter. I will see it. But you are not to go to fight, right? Ask your son to remain silent inside the heart without going out. I will enter the matter, right? I will help you, right? After that, he promises to help. Then she goes out of the Olympus Palace. In the meantime, Hera is coming, right? Heaven things are also like our human world thing. Imagine when there's a man called Anton, wife is Rose, right? Rose is a teacher. When she comes from the school, right, and goes out from house, right, adjusting her blouses, zippers like that. What will happen? Rose will create a problem there. Every house is like that, right? Here also, what about ours? If Hera attacks her husband for bringing Thetis Olympus Palace to Olympus Palace in her absence. After that, they have one son called Hephaestus. Hephaestus is the god of weapons. God of weapons. Daytime doing classes is very disturbing with the background sounds. Yes. Birds. Yes. Hephaestus. Hephaestus interferes the matter and solve the problem, and the fight ends with the laughter. Then Thetis tells his son remain in the hut without going to fight. In the meantime, all gods and goddesses sleep, but this man Zeus can't sleep because that his promise to Thetis is haunting inside his mind. So at night he thinks like that. I want to create a dream within Agamemnon that he can fight Trojans and win without Achilles. Actually, without Achilles, they can't win, right? Achilles is the clever fighter. So, night, he calls God Dream. There is a God called Dream. They have gods for everything: water dream, river dream, wind dream, right? Flood dream is flood god. Flood god, river god, tree, vegetation god, everything godly, right? According to that, the Greek literature. Then he asks God Dream to go to the Achaean camp and give a dream to Agamemnon. Agamemnon that he can win without Achilles. Then at night he wakes up and he awakes all other soldiers and tells, we must fight without Achilles. Some wise men tell, no, don't fight, wait. But he stubbornly declares war on, yes, Troy. Let's write that part. Tell me the last sentence that I said.
Then Plague disappeared and Crisis goes back to Troy.
Yes, Troy. Now Achilles says, very upset, UPST, upset also English word, very upset that his wife went to Agamemnon's hut. Right. He tells his mother, godmother, Thetis, about the tragic plight. Right.
Sorry, sir. Okay.
He tells his mother about the tragic plight. PLIGST, tragic plight. Then Thetis advises his son to remain inside the hut without going to fight. Till she gets advice from Godfather. Right. Then Thetis
Sorry, so then
goes to Olympus Palace to meet Zeus. Olympus Palace is described as a rich palace made of full of solid gold, correct 24. Yes. Maybe this is just a summary, okay? Story 12,000 lines. Don't read. You will end up in Nangoda. Yes. Then she tells Godfather the story, and then he asks Thetis to advise Achilles not to go to any battle and remain in his hut However, when Thetis visits there, Hera is away from the palace. Yes. As Thetis leaves the palace. Hera enters, and then there occurs a physical fight between Hera and Zeus. For Zeus inviting Thetis to Olympus Palace in her absence. Right. However, their son, Hephaestus, the god of arms, interferes and solves the dispute. And then the fight ends in a laughter. Right. At night, all gods and goddesses are sleeping while all gods and goddesses are sleeping while Zeus is thinking about a way of helping Thetis. Right. Then suddenly he thinks of creating a false dream within Agamemnon that he can fight Trojans and win without the presence of Achilles. Full stop. Zeus knows very well that Agamemnon can never win without Achilles, so that Achaeans will be defeated. And then Agamemnon will understand will understand the significance of Achilles, and then braces will be released. Braces will be released. Braces will be released. Yes. Then at night, Zeus summons the god dream, D capital, god dream, and advises him to go to the Achaean camp, and create a dream. They are dream, D simple, God dream, D capital, dream within Agamemnon that he can fight without Achilles. Yes. Then,
So excuse me, the spellings for Achilles is ACHELOUS or double L?
double L-E-U-S, no? Double L-E-U-S. Mention in the story like that. This is, as I remember. Yes. Okay, anyway, let's see it. Yes. There's also idiom called Achilles heel. I have no phone to check in the internet. Yes. Then without Achilles, yes. Agamemnon awakens the soldiers and tell them the message of the god dream and there are views, pros and cons. Yes. However,
Sorry, sir, there are
views,
okay.
pros and cons. Pros and cons mean for and against. Yes. Pros and cons. Yes. However, stubbornly, Agamemnon declares war on whom? Trojans without Achilles. Let's have a 10 minutes break and restart. Not going till 2 p.m. because no students, till 1 p.m. I will do this, right? Right, I pause the video for 10 minutes. Huh? Yes. Now the Agamemnon declares war on Trojans. Now Trojans and Achaeans are ranged in the front line, and Paris sees many laws, and then he runs away. Paris runs away in fear of many laws. After that, Hector blames him. Why do you run back? Because it was you who brought Helen and created this, like that. Yes. Then Menelaus shouts at Trojans and tells that there should be a fight between himself and Paris only. Others can't come. Right? He gives a condition.
So excuse me, the spelling shows as ACHILLES in the internet. Google. For Achilles. ACHI LLES.
Achilles, like this.
Yeah. And Patroclus, PATROCLUS.
PATROCLUS, Patroclus. Okay, sometimes in some books, some differences are there.
Yeah, and the breeze is also the BRISEIS. BRISEIS.
Okay, you can change, but sometimes some books, because English translation,
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Original word, the Greek. Right. Right. Anyway, what happened after that? Then Menelaus says there should be a fight between myself and Paris only, and they agree one who wins can have the wife. Then all of them agreed because they also want to finish the war. Then they fixed a date. Now Paris is ready to fight, and day is there, and Trojan king family is seated on a tower, seeing the events of happening there, right? Then what happened? Old king is there, old king Priam. Old king Priam says, she asked question from that lady Helen, daughter-in-law, who is that man? Who is that man? That means she shows people there. Who is that one? Now in the battlefield, he says that is Nestor, that is Aias, like that names are told. After that, she's crying. It had been better for me to die than coming with Paris, leaving behind my daughter and husband, because now she can't tolerate. Why that? Because there's a duel between her former husband and now present husband. Present husband is acting husband. Real husband is, now who are the two husbands? Her former husband, Menelaus. Now husband, Paris. Right? Because two husbands are fighting. She can't tolerate, she is crying. enemy fight begins and Menelaus is going to win. Hera sees this. Hera sees this. And if they win, what will happen? If Athenians wins, fight finish, you know. Hera's intention is to take revenge on Trojans. To take revenge on Trojans, war should proceed. War should proceed. Right. She interferes. She creates a mist, and through the mist she comes and take Priam. Not Priam. Paris through the mist to his chamber. Otherwise, now, if Menelaus wins, war finished. Right? Then, after that, she takes Helen also to chamber and orders Helen to have sex with whom? Paris. When going 2-3 rounds, she may forget Menelaus. Hera wants Helen to forget Menelaus. In the meantime, now, before that, she does something. Hera disguises herself like a girl, virgin, right? And she goes to her husband like a virgin and makes him sleep. She goes as another young girl, seductive dresses. What are the seductive dresses for females? Short skirts, as may see the anatomy, and goes even goods are readers for females. Shoes also like this. Shoes also like this. Right. After that, he makes Sue sleep. That girls can. A girl goes here. Sue doesn't know that this is his wife. Right. Then he's made sleep and kept on a mountain. Sue doesn't know what is happening now. Right. I give a short summary only. Then after that, what happened? Anyway, this war events end because Paris is taken to that place. You know, again there is a war while Zeus is sleeping. And what happened? Now Athenians are chasing away Trojans. Trojans are running back. Zeus wakes up and again comes and, however, saves Trojans. Now, Zeus summons a meeting in the Olympus Palace to advise gods and goddesses not to interfere the human war, right? And after that, in that also there are so many long events. However, war proceeds like this. One day, Patroclus, right? The best friend of Achilles is injured, right? Best friend of Achilles is injured. After that, he can't tolerate this, and after that, Patroclus dies. Several events happening, right? Patroclus dies. After that, what happened? In the meantime, now Agamemnon understands that he can't fight and win without Achilles, so that he sends a team to discuss Achilles. Achilles doesn't agree. He doesn't agree to return. Then, anyway, when Patroclus is dead, willingly Achilles comes. And in the meantime, Briseis returns to his hut and fight goes. Several days fight is going. After that, again, Thetis goes to heaven and asks Hephaestus to make weapons. So she brings weapons made by Hephaestus and gives those weapons to his son. After that, at last what happened? Hector is killed, and Hector's dead body is kept there several days. Old King Priam comes and kneels down before Achilles, asking for son's dead body. After that, he remembers his father, so dead body is given. Right? Helen comes back after 20 years. Then Achaean ships go back to their country after 20 years. Is it worth to take a woman after 20 years? Now, grandmother, you know. It is better to ask him to keep the rest of the years. But they want their dignity as a country. Continue like this. Tell me the last sentence.
Pros and cons. However, stubbornly, Agamemnon declares war on Trojans without Achilles.
Yes, there are many war events described in the story. Right? One is that Menelaus suggesting a duel, DOEL duel between himself and Paris, with the condition that one who wins can possess Helen. Yes. Both parties agree that because they also want to see the war end. Yes. Anyway, Hera, the angry goddess does not want the war to end because her intention is to take revenge on Trojans. She wants the war to extend. Yes. The following day, the duel between Paris and Menelaus is arranged And first, Menelaus runs away. Menelaus runs away. On seeing Menelaus, but Hector ridicules, saying that this war was created.
Excuse me, sir. You said first Menelaus runs away on seeing Menelaus again?
No, not Menelaus. Paris runs away. Did I say so? Yes, Paris runs away on seeing Menelaus. And then Hector ridicules whom? Paris, saying that it was Paris who created this war, but now he runs away in fear of whom? Menelaus. After that, Paris goes to the front line. Yes. The fight begins, and Menelaus is going to win. Yes. Hera sees this and creates a mist. And having disguised as a woman, she snatches Paris and takes him to his chamber through the mist. Right. She then takes Helen to the chamber and orders Helen to have sex with Paris as a means of making her forget her former husband. Forget her former husband. Right. Before starting this war event, the Trojan family is seated on a tower, looking at the war event. Yes. The old king, Priam, points finger at Achaean men and asks Helen their names. In a little while, Helen cries saying, it could have been better for her to die than coming with Paris, having left her husband and daughter behind. Having left her husband and daughter behind. In the meantime, Hera disguises herself as a virgin with seductive attire and goes to
Excuse me, sir. So what is the name of that king? The old king?
Priam Nil.
Sorry, sir.
Old King Priam, Priam.
Okay, so thank you.
Seductive dresses. Oh, attire. Dress mean attire, same A-double-T-I-R.
Attire.
Oh. Seductive attire. And goes to Olympus Palace and makes Zeus sleep so that he may not help.
Excuse me, sir. And makes
And
Olympus Palace and makes what?
Makes Zeus sleep so that Zeus may not help help Trojans. Zeus may not help Trojans. Right? There are several war events are described and continuously Achaeans fail. Yes. Achilles' best friend, Patroclus is injured then dies. Achilles then, in the meantime, Agamemnon understands that without Achilles, they can't win. And he sends a team of wise men of Achaeans to have peace talk with Achilles, but Achilles rejects them. However, after the death of Patroclus, Achilles returns to the battlefield, willingly, and joins fighting. Right. Then Thetis goes to the heaven and asks Hephaestus to produce divine weapons for her son to fight, and she brings them to the Achaean camp. Yes. Achilles fights with those weapons and he kills Hector. Yes. 14 days, Hector's dead body is retained in the Achaean camp and they assault the dead body too. While Trojans are lamenting. Right. While Trojans are lamenting. The old King Priam comes to the Achaean camp, and kneels down before Achilles, pleading him to release the dead body.
Sorry, sir.
Yes,
Before Achilles,
pleading, Pleading, pleading him to release the dead body. And then Achilles releases Hector's body. Right. Trojans hand over Helen to whom?
the old King Priam.
Hand over Helen to Achaeans, and the war ends. Achaeans give a Suani, a mountain size wooden horse called Minerva, to mountain-sized wooden horse called Minerva to whom? Trojans, and after 20 years, they sail back to Sparta. With their queen, Helen. Now I said at the beginning I gave you 2019 question, one question 2019 discussion in detail the epic qualities in the Iliad or in the Aeneid. Question may give like that, but you have to give up this part. In the Aeneid, providing examples from the selected text. You have to write 1, 2, 3, 4 questions. You have to write 4 questions. Each question 25. Now this carries 25. Others king Oedipus. Other one frogs. Other one Amphitryon. You have 4 texts only. Illiad, Oedipus, frogs, Amphitryon. Right? Very easy, okay? All texts are very easy. Right. Now I dictate an answer. Please start writing. Discuss in detail the epic qualities in the Iliad. Now we are writing epic qualities in the Iliad. Write like this. In the classical text, the Iliad, which is Greek heroic epic, right? We could see so many epic qualities. The very first epic quality is that the Iliad contains around 12,000 lines in its original text. Right. The original text has been converted to a prose by the English translator. Yes. every epic, the first chapter is dedicated to the muse, M-U-S-C, muse, right? And muse, and in Greek literature, the muse of poetry is Callios. Yes. The Illiad writer also dedicates the first chapter to Callios, the goddess of poetry. Yes. The major feature that we find in the Illiad as the epic quality is its inclusion of theology. Yes. Thousands of gods and goddesses are also mentioned. Yes. Homer includes the contemporary Grecian beliefs on the divine world as gods and goddesses are also alive and active like the humans. Yes. In general, epic writers makes the divine members immortal and humans mortal. Full stop. Gods and goddesses are also described as virtuous as well as worst, resembling the humans. humans. Yes. The difference between humans and gods is that gods and goddesses live in heaven while humans live on the earth till they die. In every epic, gods are the partners of the humans, and they are the decision makers of the human world, that humans cannot survive without gods. Yes. This supernatural elements of the contemporary Grecian world is included into Illiad as an epic quality. Yes. The dramatic creation of events and incidents like cinema, like a piece of a movie, is also a quality of epics. That is evident in the Illiad too. Lakmali, please read the answer. I want to manage it.
Sure, sir. Okay, sir. Discuss in detail the epic qualities of the Iliad or in the Aeneid, providing examples from the selected text. In the classical text, the Iliad, which is a Greek heroic epic, we could see so many epic qualities. The very first epic quality is that the Iliad contains around 12,000 lines in its original text. The original text has been converted to a prose by the English translator. Every epic, the first chapter is dedicated to the muse, and in Greek literature, the muse of poetry is Calliope. The Iliad writer also dedicates the first chapter to Calliope, the goddess of poetry. The major feature that may find in the Iliad as the epic quality is its inclusion of theology. Thousands of gods and goddesses are also mentioned. Homer includes a contemporary Grecian beliefs on the divine world, as gods and goddesses are also alive and active like the humans. The general epic writers make the divine members immortal and humans mortal. Gods and goddesses are also described as virtuous as well as worse resembling the humans. The difference between humans and gods is that gods and goddesses live heaven while humans live on earth till they die. In every epic, gods are the partners of the humans, and they are the decision makers of the human world, that humans cannot survive without gods. The supernatural elements of the contemporary Grecian world is included into Iliad as an epic quality. The dramatic creation of events
Yes.
that is evident in the
I think the internet good. Okay. How many words can there be in this paragraph? Normally, other student, I may ask anyone who can.
nearly 200.
Now, yes, new para. One of the salient features as an epic quality here is the presence of the demigod Achilles as there is a demigod in there's a demigod in every epic. Yes. Almost in all epics, the demigod is the prominent hero. Right. Thus, Achilles is the unsurpassing hero who brings the glory to Achaeans at last. Yes. In epics, females are elevated onto the divine position, and they give dignity to them. Yes. Throughout the epic, Trojan women wails and they pray gods. Invoking gods to protect their soldiers. Yes. Always Trojan women try to stop Hector going to the front line, going to the front line. Yes. The war begins as the result of Trojan Paris seducing and abducting the Queen of Sparta, Helen. Right. Achaeans decide to fight till they take Helen back, since they value their dignity as a country, that they want Helen back. Full stop. Of course, Helen is the protagonist of Illiad. Helen is the protagonist of the Illiad. Right? Neither Trojans condemn Helen, though she left her husband behind, and eloped with Paris. Yes. Eloped with Paris. Yes. Throughout the epic, there are long dramatic narrations for each single piece of fight. Yes. There are long illustrations.
Sorry, sir. There are
Long illustrations of every battle, which is quality of epics. Right. Through every war event, heroism is produced. massacre in the warfield, massacre in the warfield is glorified as heroic deed. Yes. Heroes possessing unflinching determination is also an epic quality. Yes. The entire epic, the Illiad is a work of imagery, is a work of imagination, that the writer includes his own imagination surrounded by the existing beliefs. Now this part, please read.
Okay, sir. One of the salient features as an epic quality here is the presence of the demigod Achilles, as there is a demigod in every epic. Almost in all epics, the demigod is the prominent hero. Thus, Achilles is the unsurpassing hero who brings the glory to Achilleans at last. In epics, females are elevated onto the divine position and they give dignity to them. Throughout the epic, Trojan women, wails and pray gods, evoking gods to protect their soldiers. Always Trojan women try to stop Hector going to the front line. The war begins as the result of Trojan Paris seducing and abducting the queen of Sparta, Helen. Achaeans decide to fight till they take Helen back, since they value their dignity as a country, that they want Helen back. Of course, Helen is the protagonist of the Iliad. Neither Trojan condemned Helen, though she left her husband behind the eloped with Paris. Throughout the epic, there are long dramatic narrations for each single piece of fight. There are long illustrations of every battle, which is a quality of epics. Though every war event heroism is produced, massacre in the war field is glorified as heroic deed. Heroes possessing unflinching determination is also an epic quality. The entire epic, the Iliad, is a work of imagination that the writer includes his own imagination surrounded by the existing beliefs. That's also.
Normally, how many words altogether?
Like 500?
No,
400, like.
Yeah.
Here nearly 1.5 pages of CR book. In one page, there are nearly 25 lines. In each line, there are nearly 12 words.
Yes.
12 multiplied by 20 is more than 300. So there should be more than 400.
Exam papers also, that loan what is called a size number, legal size papers are given at the exam. Longer than CR, 2 pages of that enough for classical literature. Okay. Others, normally literature, it's better to write about 3 pages, but no time, there are 2 pages, 1.5 page also enough for classical, right? New para. Throughout the Iliad, we could see the writer producing heroism. Yes. Thus, heroism is a non-epic quality. Yes. The other quality that we could identify is the intervention of the gods and goddesses in the human world matters. Right. From the point of starting the Iliad, we could see God's intervention in the human world. Yes. The very first incident is Apollo creating terrible plague within the
Sorry, sir, terrible.
plague, P-L-A-G-U-E, plague within the Achaean camp as a result of Agamemnon discriminating his old priest, crisis. You know, for first year, second year, third year, all subjects, I dictate answers given paper. If you give now this paper and tell answer, I dictate answer. Third year also these days, answer in literature, and next week I will start third year linguistics. Third year I have nearly 100 students. Two batches, more than 100. Yes. Right. Something happened to my line. Okay, we'll combine videos. Yes, okay. Right. Lastly, I was reading.
Discriminating his old priest crisis.
Yes. It is after that. Thetis meets Godfather to ask for his help to console.
Sorry, sir, please.
His help to console his son, her son Achilles, You have one question, only one, one part Illiad, other part drama. Drama in Oedipus only. Other part, or 3 parts. You have to write 4 questions. Frogs and Amphitryo, you will be given 4 or 5 questions, yes. Let's see this year paper. I have now, yes, okay. Hera and Zeus, every year same questions, okay. Every year same question. I will say epic qualities, heroism, God intervention only. Only 3. Right? Yes. Yes. Someone asked, can you memorize your answer? Change it now, or don't write the same answer. Right. It is after that Hera and Zeus fight physically. Was it how it started? When you ask questions, it goes. Lakmali, how did they start?
So you didn't give anything. Console her son Achilles. Then it is after that Hera and Zeus fight.
Fight physically. Physically, yes. In epics, the God world is, the divine world is also divided as the human world, when taking parts, yes. The same thing happened in the Illiad also, that Hera supports Achaeans while Zeus supports Trojans. Yes. Throughout the Iliad, this divine intervention in the human world can be seen. Right. In this manner, we could see so many epic qualities in the Greek heroic epic, the Iliad, Greek heroic epic, the Iliad by Homer. Greek heroic epic, the Iliad by Homer. Right. Did you get the idea of writing classical literature answer?
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Right. Some students who came today only to my class, please tell, did you get something? No. I mean, is there anyone who came today only? All earlier present one. Okay, okay. There are some new one. No. Right. It's okay. After that, now I don't want to continue because no students, I will stop here. I will take another day to discuss other questions. Also, I will discuss kidney because another day, and like that I will take. Anyway, your exam will be October, most probably October, ready. New students are there if they can join my classes from tomorrow. So we have finished literature. Now tomorrow I will start. Today class is cancelled, night class. From tomorrow I will start methodology. We have to write long answers for methodology. Our teachers think that they are writing point-wise is enough. Okay, right. I ask again, did you get something or not? No.
We got, sir.
Others. Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right. Right. Okay.
Yes.
Then wish you all the best. If you anyone likes to continue attend my classes, they can send a private message, but I don't force. Anyway, if you want to complete degree, you should have support of someone else in addition to your studies. Okay. Goodbye.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you very much, sir.